Hello, everybody, and welcome back for Game 2 of our doubleheader today on the Averett Sports Network as the Cougars take on Covenant College here in Game 3 of the series, Game 2 of our doubleheader today. And it was an exciting first game as the Cougars came back several times and ended up winning on a walk-off hit in the 11th inning to win 11-10. I'm Drew Wilson. Got live coverage of today's game with you. Joseph Swanson will be joining me here shortly as the Cougars and Covenant Scots about to set off here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. For the Cougars, on the mound here in Game 2 will be Kyle Lamantia, the sophomore, getting the start here. He was actually in the bullpen warming up in case they needed him in the last game. We talked to Coach Kenny Fleming, and he was ready to roll with Lamantia if they were going to go another inning. He wanted to win that game as badly as any game with it in reach. So we are ready to get rolling here. We'll get the starting lineups for you in just a second. But leading things off here for Covenant will be Brett Kernodle, starting in center field and leading off today here in Game 2. Face off against the right-hander Lamantia. First pitch from Lamantia. Strike one swinging from Kernodle. His first pitch is at 2:34 p.m. A little bit later than the anticipated 1 o'clock start. After that last epic game. Second pitch hit out to second base. Nate Tuck fields and throws, just gets him in time. And that'll be the first out. So with one away, that'll bring up the DH, Tyler Moore. It'll be Kernodle, Moore, and then Alex Gonzalez getting started at first base. In right field, C.J. Edmond. At shortstop, Hunter Christian. John Mitchell in left. Brooks DeBose at third base. Ken Alexander behind the plate. Tommy Easley at second base. Jackson Hewer pitching today for Covenant. First pitch, though, to Moore. Misses outside for ball one. And this one fouled out of play. For the Cougars, you have Lamantia on the mound. Behind the plate is Chase McKinney, and around the infield, Sawyer Smith at third. Ryan Traylor at short. Nate Tuck at second base. Tanner Bradshaw at first base. And breaking ball and misses. Makes it 1-2. Outfield for the Cougars and left. Tucker Majetta getting the start here in Game 2. Nick Winson with the game winner has back in center field. And Andrew Alexander in right field. DH today for the Cougars will be A.J. Hart as that one misses as well. So 3-1 now the count.
Great job there, though, by Tuck on the first out as got tripped up a little bit, managed to hold up and just got the runner just in time.
And will be a walk here with one out to Tyler Moore. That'll bring up Alex Gonzalez. Gonzalez batting .300 on the year.
I believe he came into the series hitting .316, so kind of held in check a little bit.
Yeah, he was up to .333 after yesterday, and coming after Game 1 today, he's down to .300. And first pitch in there for a strike from Lamantia.
Good strike offer there by Lamantia.
Lamantia, as I mentioned, a sophomore. He's 0-1 on the season. This is his fifth start of the year. He's pitched in 13 innings. Has nearly a pitch out there. I think they were trying to pitch it out. Maybe see if Moore was thinking about taking off there. But Lamantia, not a guy who's going to go all game. He's a guy who's going to get you a couple innings, and then they're going to go to their bullpen.
I was talking to Coach Fleming between games, and he will have Josh Atkins available out of the pen, as Atkins did appear in last game, but not as effective as he had been throughout the year. But we'll have him as well, as he was a little bit nervous. So
good off-speed pitch, breaks in there for strike two. So 1-2 the count here to Gonzalez. Ball poked foul to the right side. Cougars trying to sweep the series here after taking the last two on walk-off wins. Ball poked into right center field. That'll get down for a double. They're going to hold Moore up at third base.
Looked like they shaded a little bit there as Lancaster was playing down the right field line, anticipating Gonzalez to possibly go opposite way with that. But he did go opposite way. Just put it in the right center field gap, and Lancaster was a little bit out of position on that one.
Yeah, dropped in right in between the two outfielders. Nothing they could really do about it. Just get it in as quickly as possible. So 2 runners in scoring position here with 1 out, and C.J. Edmond at the plate. Edmond batting .220. Lamantia needing to work out of the jam here. First pitch, fastball high.
Edmond struck out twice last game before giving way to Saunders, who came in and played right field.
And pitch misses inside.
Lamantia hasn't missed by much early in this game.
Two-0 pitch, breaking ball finds the inside corner. Mentioned last game went into 11 innings and nearly went 4 hours. Pushed the start back here on this one, so another breaking ball misses there and makes it 3-1. It's going to be a battle to get this game in with the rain possibly, darkness certainly coming. 3-1 pitch, and that one misses high. Nearly hit Edmond. Now load the bases here with 1 out.
Yeah, as long as the rain holds off, we should be good on darkness because, I mean, the original schedule was to start at 12-3 anyways, so we're probably 30 minutes ahead of the original schedule. But
we'll see. The only thing with that is when you've got cloudy skies,
it gives way to early darkness, yeah.
Darkness. You don't have that sunlight to kind of give you an extra maybe 30 minutes or so. And a strike on the outside corner taken by Christian.
See if Lamantia can escape this bases loaded situation. Keep the Scots off the scoreboard.
Tries to go inside with a breaking ball. Just missed. That'll even the count of 1-1. Yeah, the Cougars obviously proved they could get out of a jam if they needed to a couple times last game, so trying to fight back here. Don't want to get in a hole early. So that one finds the strike zone.
If you're Lamantia here, I mean, a strikeout's big, but really you need a second out here that's not going to allow a runner to advance.
And Christian just lays off that pitch. Cougars got behind 1-0 in our first game of the doubleheader, and Averett able to turn right around and went back up 3-1 before giving way to the Scots, and then kind of going back and forth over those last couple innings. That pitch in the dirt, good block there by Chase McKinney. But it runs the count full, and now it's a huge pitch coming from Lamantia.
Not your ideal back-and-forth contest in the first game is down 5 runs and managed to come back and tie that up.
Back and forth in a 5 runs here, 5 runs there in 1 inning. And that one just missed, and it'll be a bases-loaded walk for Christian. He will get the RBI. And Covenant takes a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. So with the bases still loaded, that'll bring up Mitchell.
Very similar situation to the early part of Game 1 as Clark allowed a run in the first inning, and then he escaped a 2 runners on situation. So game's not over if Lamantia can get a double play or a strikeout here. Still a lot of baseball left to be played today.
As we've seen from last game. So Mitchell takes ball 1. 1-0 pitch, popped up out of play. Ball in the dirt. That'll get away from McKinney as tried to block it and it ricocheted off his chest protector, and that'll score a run on the wild pitch.
Tough play there by McKinney as a fastball in the dirt, probably bounced about 58 feet just in front of the plate as that's going to bring pitching coach TJ Viracol out of the dugout here, probably just trying to settle down Lamantia. But, yeah, as we were talking about McKinney, pretty solid behind the plate, but that's one of those as a catcher that not much of a chance you have on that one.
And a little mound visit here to try to calm things down, limit the issues here in the top of the first inning. 2-1 the count. Just a reminder to the Cougars, while we got a second, Cougars return to action on Tuesday. That'll be a game against Bridgewater. It's a makeup game from earlier this year, if I remember correctly. So
I believe it's the only Cougars rainout so far, as they've been able to push and move games up, but only game that they hadn't been able to play on a scheduled date.
At home, at least.
At home, yes.
Methodist, they had to move a couple games around, but yeah, it's been a weird spring, but baseball has been able to get all their games in, surprisingly. And I know that's good for them to hear. They don't have to worry about making things up later or losing games. And pitching swung and missed by Mitchell for strike 2.
Not very often that you see lacrosse have as many postponements as baseball this part through the season.
Yeah. And 2-2 pitch. And strike 3 looking by Mitchell. Good breaking ball by Lamantia.
I'd call that a win right there by TJ Varicola for a mound visit as your pitcher comes back and manages to settle down and get a strikeout there. So that's a good use of one of your 6 mound visits there.
Absolutely. Settled him down. Sometimes younger pitchers just need that little bit of, talk and, okay, it's okay, just keep going. And DeBose steps in, looks at strike 1.
DeBose swung the bat well in game 1. I believe he had 2 or 3 hits. So definitely a guy that got moved up in the order as he's going to be batting 7th instead of 9th. So a little bit of a change. I believe that's probably one of the only changes that Covenant did make in their order.
And breaking ball in the dirt. McKinney able to stop that one. So 1-1 the count. DeBose batting .214. Lamantia looks in from the stretch. Pitch popped up, and we'll get out of play over our heads in the press box. Not much wind today. Looking out at the flag in center field, it's been pretty dead out there for most of the day. A little gust here or there, but
blew right center a little bit back in game 1, but for the most part, it has been a dead wind. Probably is a little bit colder than it was at the start of game 1 as well.
Off-speed pitch misses. Two and two the count. That one misses low and outside as well, so that'll run the count full here. First base is open here with 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Ken Alexander on deck for the Scots. And this ball hit out into center field. Nick Winston coming in, makes the catch on the run and prevents a couple more runs from scoring. But Covenant does take a 2-0 lead in the top of the first inning. Cougars come to the plate when we come back. Nick Winston, Ryan Traylor, Chase McKinney all due up. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Cougars trail 2-0 here at Covenant. And Nick Winston at the plate for Averett, leading things off. Winston with the game-winning hit in the bottom of the 11th.
Definitely a guy you want in the leadoff spot right here. Has reached 5 out of 5 of his last 5 plate appearances. 2 singles, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch.
And bloops this one into shallow right field, and he does it again.
Saying goes in baseball right now, Nick Winston's seeing beach balls.
So it'll be a single there into right field for Winston to lead things off. That'll bring up Ryan Traylor, batting .323 on the season. Hewer on the mound for Covenant.
You'd have to guess in this situation, down 2 runs, that he's probably not going to be sacrifice bunt. They're probably going to let him swing away.
Yeah, Hewer, another solid pitcher for Covenant. He's 2-0 on the year. Getting started here in Game 3 of the series. First pitch, breaking ball inside for strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch, runner on the move, and it's a hit and run. And that drops in for a single in left field. So
good job there by Traylor, as when that left his bat, I thought for a minute that Mitchell was going to be able to track that down and have a chance to double up Winston. But back-to-back hits to open the game here for the Cougars is
yeah. Unfortunately for Winston, he probably could have gone to third, but it was hit right to the left fielder, and
he did get a good jump off Hewer, so.
Jackson Hewer, a junior righty out of Flushing, New York. This ball hit out into left field. Going to be caught by Mitchell.
Ball not carrying as well as it did early on in the year. As when that left the bat, I thought it was going to be a little bit deeper to left field, but Mitchell really had a pretty easy run to go get that one.
So that'll bring up Tanner Bradshaw, the first baseman, stepping in, batting .226 on the year. Had a key sacrifice fly to drive in the tying run to force extras. Or force, I guess, the 11th. It was in
extras.
Extras. It's already in the 10th. Cougars rallied from a 5-run deficit in the bottom of the 10th. Not something you see every day.
I would agree with you there. I mean, his average has dropped a little bit over the past couple of games, but still a guy that's seen the ball well, been putting the ball in place. So definitely a guy you want up in this situation with a runner on second.
2 on, 1 out here for Bradshaw after fouling the first pitch off. Hits this one out to center field, but going to be caught by the shortstop as Christian makes the catch in shallow center field for out number 2.
Now batting number 23, Andrew Lancaster.
So that'll bring up Andrew Lancaster. Lancaster steps in, batting just under 200.
I believe he had 3 hits in the last game, so definitely had his best at bat of the year with the RBI single to spark the second inning where we scored 3 runs and then later doubled over the left fielder's head.
First pitch in there for strike 1 on the inside corner.
I know we talked about during game 1, but he's definitely a guy that Coach Fleming's been waiting for his bat to come alive, as this is a situation you want him up with runners on base, especially with the pop he can provide.
A little check swing, and it's going to be a foul ball off his foot. He's in an 0-2 hole here. Cougars wearing their gold jerseys and white pants today. Covenant in the powder blue almost. A little shade darker than powder blue, but blue tops. That ball in the dirt skips through the legs of Alexander, and the runners will advance 90 feet. Or 90 feet.
That's been a theme so far for this series, is a lot of balls to the backstop by the Scots, as Averett's really been able to move up base after base. Played huge dividends, in the last 2 games.
So 1-2 the count here to Lancaster. Tying runs in scoring position, and that's going to plunk him on the elbow, and it's going to load the bases for A.J. Hart.
Now at bat, number 8, A.J. Hart.
Not a terrible result there. He's going to put another base runner on, as Hart's also seeing the ball well. But I know if you're a Coach Fleming after last game, you're excited to see that your team's putting runners on early on in this game. Not afraid to come out and get things going.
And time called. I think the Cougars showed last game, really the last 2 days, that they can battle back and have that mentality. Little chopper to Christian Short. He'll throw over, play in the dirt, but a good scoop over there by Gonzalez. And that'll be it to the Cougars. Get the bases loaded, unable to get a run in, though. And we'll go to the second inning. Covenant leads 2-0.
Sponsor of Averett.
And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Apologize for some audio issues there, but Tucker Majetic, first pitch swinging, hit over to third base, and it will be a 5-3 put out. A good play by DeBose over on the line.
Now batting for 36, Nate Tuck.
That'll bring up Nate Tuck, batting .316 on the year. Tuck, of course, came in for the winning run in the bottom of the 11th inning. Looks at a strike there from Hewer. And looks at strike two. Ball popped up in behind the plate, carrying back into play, and will be caught right on the line by the catcher. And that'll be the second out as Alexander makes a tough catch.
Very tough play there by Alexander as he pretty much started about 10 feet from the line, and that kept swirling back into fair territory, but managed to get back there as I thought he was going to run into Hewer.
So with two outs, that'll bring up Sawyer Smith. First pitch called strike. Smith batting a little under 200, but has put the ball in play pretty well the last couple games. Chops this one foul to the left side. Coming up 4-0 here. They scored 2 runs in the first and 2 runs last inning. And a big swing and a miss there, but actually got a piece of it, so stays alive. Covenant scored, got the bases loaded, and scored on a double play, which allowed 1 run in, and then an error on a throw allowed the second run to come in, and that's what made it 4-0. And Smith lays off that pitch outside. Ball popped up down the right field line in foul territory. Gonzalez giving chase, gives way to the right fielder, Edmond, who makes the catch in foul territory for the third out. So the Cougars go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second inning. Covenant comes to the plate in the top of the third, and we come back. They lead 4-0 here. You're watching Averett Baseball on the Averett Sports Network. And welcome back. We go to the top of the third inning. Christian at the plate for Covenant. Batting .250 on the season. Lamantia first pitch. Misses low and outside for ball 1. Christian, a freshman out of Bostwick, Georgia. Lays off that one, misses outside for ball 2.
Wind's picked up a little bit, starting to blow out to right center.
Ball 3 there. And Lamantia battles back with a strike, as Christian was taken the entire time. That one fouled out of play, so Lamantia battling back here, runs the count full.
Well, looks like we got a ball in foul territory down the left field line as that gets laced down towards the Cougars bullpen.
And I think the Cougars just noticed that. Ryan Traylor ran over and tossed it back to the dugout. That could have been dangerous. 3-2 the count here to Christian. Breaking ball misses high, and Christian will get the leadoff walk.
Good job, though, there by Lamantia after getting down 3-0 to battle back and get the count to full as his sixth pitch of the at-bat. Didn't miss by too much up there in the zone.
I'll bring up John Mitchell here. Second consecutive inning leadoff person reached, and he's going to poke one into right center field, and it will be a single, and that'll move Christian all the way over to third base. As good base running there. That puts runners on the corners with nobody out for Brooks DeBose.
Good read there by Christian off the bat as he knew that was going to get over the second baseman's head and tuck as he didn't even hesitate going around second base.
DeBose, junior out of Nashville, Tennessee. That pitch in the dirt. Want to know the count. Throw over to first, not in time. That pitch in there finds the zone. Runner on the move, and they're going to let him go. Will be a stolen base by Mitchell. Pitch was a ball. Great jump by Mitchell at first base.
Stole that one pretty easily without a throw there.
He was already down there before a throw, I think, would have even come. Pitch in the dirt. 3-1 now the count. And we'll see how long the leash will be on Lamantia. Pops this one up into shallow right field. Lancaster calling off Tuck. He will make the catch.
Good job, though, there by Lancaster. He got a good read off the bat. Had to go quite a ways for that, but definitely a lot easier play than him for Tuck on that. And good awareness there by the junior to call off the freshman.
Absolutely. And the other thing there, too, Joseph, is It's a lot easier play for Lancaster. If the runner tags up and tries to score, he's got more momentum coming to the plate as opposed to Tuck, who was fading towards right field. So good, smart play there by Lancaster to call him off with the better read and the better angle on a potential play. So with one out, that'll bring up Alexander. Little chopper foul over to third base.
Yeah, I know if I'm Christian in that situation down there at third and I see the second base going, I'll probably tag and attempting to take that one, or attempting to score.
Yeah, at least see what happens. Make him try to spin and throw or something. Ball fouled out of play.
As it looks like the Cougars going to have two arms up now in the pen as a lefty, Cole Spain, warms, and now Tyler Butler, who got the win in the last game, he's up throwing as well.
Alexander just gets a piece of that one. Rolls foul to the left side as he stays alive. Lamantia up to 71 pitches already here in inning number 3.
A lot of 3-2 counts early in this game.
That pitch in the dirt. Good waste pitch. Alexander batting 200 on the season.
I know we talked about this a couple of bats ago, but this is one of those situations that you throw that 0-2 waste pitch. This is where you really got to come back with the strike and challenge the hitter.
Instead, it's in the dirt and gets away. It'll be a wild pitch. That'll score a run. Mitchell thought about making the turn as well, but McKinney able to get to it.
Looks like McKinney's going to take a mound visit here, try to settle down Lamantia. No. Going to meet him halfway. They're going to get a mound visit back.
I don't know. I think the home plate umpire is going to go ahead and mark that one down. If I'm McKinney, I see an umpire making that official, I'd go ahead and get my money's worth out there.
If I had to guess, that's probably going to do it for Lamantia here.
And head coach Kenny Fleming makes the call to the bullpen, and will indeed be it for Kyle Lamantia.
It is going to be Tyler Butler coming in as Coach Fleming opted for the righty here. Excuse me.
So Butler, fresh off some extra innings action, coming in quickly here. So Butler will make his way in. We're going to take a quick break, pause, while he warms up. So Tyler Butler now on the mound for the Cougars. He'll face off against Tommy Easley with runners on the corners. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Covenant leads 5-0, and a big swing and a miss there by Easley. Butler, of course, came in and picked up the win in extra innings here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. Ball popped up into shallow right center field. Ball called by Lancaster. They're going to test his arm. Play at the plate. It's going to be close, but Mitchell will score. So will be a sacrifice fly for Tommy Easley.
Now the plate for 44, Brett Chernow.
Alexander stayed put at first base. So that makes it 6-0 as Coronado comes to the plate with 2 outs. That pitch finds the outside corner. Ball fouled. 0-2 the count. Breaking ball just missed the outside corner. And a curveball catches Coronado looking. That last pitch was close. That one was even better.
Great job there by Butler to come out of the pen to get quick 2 outs. Didn't exactly want to give up a run there on the flat to right field, but just hit hard enough and deep enough that allowed the run to score. But great job there, getting up 0-2, missing with the 0-2 offer, and then coming back with the same pitch and getting it to break across the outside corner.
Yeah, beautiful pitch, but Covenant does get 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Averett trails 6-0.
Contact Eddie for trophy and signs for your marketing and branding needs.
And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Top of the order due up here for the Cougars. Nick Winston will lead the charge first. Winston singled in his first at bat of the day. And crushes this one down the line in left field. That's going to be a tough play for Mitchell. Dives, unable to get to it. Winston on his horse on his way to second. Thinks about third, but he will hold at second with a leadoff double down the left field line. Nick Winston crushing the ball. His average now well above 250.
I know we talked back in the first inning when he laced his first in, but really definitely seeing beach balls right now at the plate as he put a charge into that pitch.
That'll bring up Ryan Traylor. Winston was only batting 200 coming into today, so
he's seen a large
he's jumped his
increase in
average,
his average.
About 60, 70 points there. So Traylor now at the plate batting 344 and looks at strike 1. He also singled in his first at bat of the day, at least here in game 2. And
good pitch there by Hugher on the inside corner.
Pitch fouled away. were able to work out of some trouble earlier in the game. He's allowed 3 hits so far to Averett. Huge gap on the right side as they're holding on Traylor. He goes up the middle, though. Fly ball to center field, and Kernodle there to make the easy catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Chase McKinney. McKinney flew out to left field in his first at bat here of this game. McKinney scored the tying run in the bottom of the 10th of game 1. And ropes that one foul down the third base line. Another ball hit foul down the left field line. That one chopped toward third base. So McKinney finds himself in an 0-2 hole here. Tanner Bradshaw has a bat on deck. He'd be due up next. And McKinney holds off on the pitch in the dirt, and Winston will find his way over to third on the wild pitch.
Great job there by Winston being able to move up 90 feet as when that was originally stopped by Alexander, I didn't think he was going to try it, but Alexander lost it for a second, and Winston read that, took right off.
So Winston at third here. McKinney pops this one up. Looks like it will get out of play over toward the Covenant dugout. No, it was almost caught by Gonzalez. Actually curved back into play, and he was unable to get it. Looked like kind of reached back over his head at the last second and unable to hold on to it.
Would have been a tough play there by Gonzalez to pull that one in as ball was really tailing back into play. It looked like he was going to be out by a long shot when it took off.
Instead, McKinney hits the next pitch out into the gap in right center field, and that will be a sacrifice fly as McKinney gets the job done, brings in the run, and the Cougars pull within 5. It is 6-1. So Winston comes home on the RBI sac fly by McKinney, and that'll bring up Tanner Bradshaw here with nobody on and 2 outs. First pitch misses high for ball 1. Bradshaw batting .219. Looks at a strike. That'll even the count of 1-1. Ball popped up foul. Down out of play to the right side. One and 2 the counts, and Bradshaw crushes this one, but hammers it foul over toward the Averett bullpen. Way out in front of that one. When it initially went off his bat, it had that loud crack sound. It sounded like it could go.
Had that feeling it might have been a home run, but just a little bit early.
And gets a hold of another one, sends that one foul down toward the fence in left field.
Really turned on 2 inside pitches, so we'll see if Hewer opts to go to the outside corner on this one.
So Bradshaw steps back in, count 1 and 2. Sophomore lays off the high curve ball. Runs the count 2 and 2. Pokes it out towards shortstop. going to be a tough play for Christian.
That would have been a tough play there. It's probably will be close to an infield single on that one, as good throw would have had him, as Bradshaw not necessarily the fastest on the Cougars roster, but tough play to dig out over there.
It was a slow roller, tough play for Christian. So will be ruled an infield hit on the bang-bang play at first. So Lancaster at the plate. Here with 2 outs, fouls the first pitch out of play. Joseph Bradshaw, not the fastest guy, but I'll tell you what, he got out of the box really quick on that
He
play.
did run down the line exceptionally well on that play, as he really put the pressure on Christian to make an exceptional throw.
This ball kind of a check swing out into shallow left center field, and caught by the shortstop Christian for out number 3, but not before the Cougars add a run. They trail 6-1 through 3 innings. One run on 2 hits.
1 run, 2 hits for the Cougars, and on the third.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Cougars trail Covenant 6-1. Tyler Moore at the plate. Moore steps in, batting .315 on the year. Tyler Butler still on the mound for the Cougars after coming in relief. First pitch hit out to shortstop, backhanded by Traylor, unable to field it cleanly, and it's going to be a tough play. Will be an infield single for Tyler Moore. That was in the hole. Traylor's only chance was to backhand it and make a bullet of a throw down over to first base. And
Did make a strong throw on that, but just a little bit too late, as Bradshaw had come off the bag to keep that from going down the right field line.
so Moore reaches. 3rd consecutive inning. Leadoff guy has gotten on for the Scots. Gonzalez looks at strike 1 from Butler. Throw over to first. Not in time. That pitch misses high. Tell you, Joseph, looking at Averett's schedule, they've been really home heavy through the first part of the year. But tell you what, after this midweek, they're not home much at all the rest of the year. They are on the road quite a bit as the runner takes off, hit out into center field. Nick Winston giving chase. He'll corral it and throw it back in. Moore will have to retreat to first.
Yeah, as you talked about, road heavy end of the season, but the tough part is they did get a lot of their tougher conference opponents out of the way out on the road beginning of the year, as facing Huntington and Methodist, 2 of the top 25 teams in the country. Those are 2 tough series, but getting a break today, getting to play Covenant here, and managing to pick up the first 2 games of this series. C.J.
Edmond at the plate, looks at ball 1. Yeah, looking at the Cougars' schedule, they play After today, they play Bridgewater on Tuesday, Roanoke on Wednesday. Then the following week, they play Tufts in a midweek game. Runner takes off, throw down, and in time, McKinney will
Great
erase
strong
more.
throw there by McKinney. Almost looked like a pitch out there by Butler as it was just off the plate, but it allowed McKinney to set his feet and make a laser throw to trailer there for the easy tag.
So that'll make 2 outs here for Edmond. Hits this one into right field. Lancaster underneath it and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So Cougars keep Covenant off the board for the first time this game. And going back to the schedule to finish that thought, after those next 3 home games, the Cougars only have, looking at it, 4 more home games.
I think that includes a 3-game series with Berea to close out the year. So
it does.
Almost an entire month on the road.
Yeah, the only time they're home after they played Tufts University March 19th, and the only other home game before the last home series of the year is a home game against Mary Washington on April 3rd. So that's quite the gauntlet to end the season, being on the road, and kind of a weird thing, but they've kind of at least had the chance to play at home quite a bit early in the season. So
I know with a young team, that's an opportunity to really see what you're made of, as they've really improved almost every game throughout the year, which is what you want from your team. So heading into a road series for the rest of the year, I'm sure Coach Fleming's pretty content with the way that his team's playing as of late.
yeah, in terms of conference play on those road series, they go to Greensboro, go to William Peace, and go to North Carolina Wesleyan, as well as at Pfeiffer. So A.J. Hart at the plate. Swing and a miss there for strike 1. Hart gets a hold of that one. That stays fair. That'll go down the line. He's on his horse around first. He will go to second. Hart with a stand-up double. And A.J. Hart gets things going here for the Cougars in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Started off slow to the year, but really coming on late as of got going in the last 3 games. He's another one like Bradshaw that's not necessarily known for his speed, but he got out of the box easily on that one too. And when he turned heading towards second, he was at full speed.
So that'll bring up Tucker Majetic, another guy the Cougars hope to get going here. Showed a lot of promise in the offseason and preseason. Just hasn't translated into in-game success so far this season for the sophomore. Swing and a miss there from Hewer. Ball popped up over to shortstop and caught by Christian. Drops it, but it was on the transfer. So 1 pitch to Majetic, and he pops out. That'll bring up Nate Tuck. Tuck having himself a weekend here. Taking over as the starter at second base for the most part for the Cougars, in absence of Kyle Vidano, who's been battling some injuries here. First pitch in there for a strike. Tuck up to 300 on the season. Lays off the inside pitch. Sort of a almost a cloudy fog kind of settling in across Averett's North Campus here. As this ball's popped up behind the plate. Tough play by Alexander, and unable to make the catch. Good effort, though. Ball faded back on him as he leaned back while sliding. So just a foul ball, and that'll make it 1-2 here to Tuck. But as I was saying, kind of hazy looking out beyond the outfield fence. Hopefully that doesn't affect visibility as the game progresses. 1-2 pitch from Hewer. Ball hit right back up the middle off Hewer's glove. Hart stays put. Throw over to first in time, and it will be a 1-3 putout. Kind of a
good job there by Hewer to collect himself to get back to that one. As if it rolled about 2 or 3 feet further, it probably would have gone down as an infield single.
And Hart kind of caught with, he hesitated to make sure the ball was going to get by the pitcher and couldn't really advance on the play, so he had to stay put at second base. So it's now up to Sawyer Smith to keep this inning going, and the junior lays off the breaking ball. Hewer up to 47 pitches, 38 of those are strikes, so he's been pretty efficient with this outing so far. 1-0 pitch, fouled by Smith. Looks like it hit off his ankle, so Smith kind of walking it off now. One pitch, little roller up the middle. Christian ranges over, throws to first in time. And that'll be it for the Cougars, despite A.J. Hart's leadoff double. Cougars still trail 6-1 through 4 innings. And welcome back. We go to the top of the 5th inning here. Live from Owen Fulton Field in Danville, Virginia. Averett trails Covenant 6-1 in Game 3 of their series. Game 2 of our doubleheader today. Butler back on the mound for the Cougars. This ball hit foul, but not by much, as Hunter Christian nearly put it down the line. Kind of a cold, semi-wet day. Hasn't really necessarily rained. Maybe a slight mist here or there, but both teams trying to make the best of it in 40-degree weather. 1-1 pitch. That one fouled down the third base line as well. Covenant trying to avoid a 3-game sweep. They lead by 5 runs. This one hit through the left side, and it will be a leadoff single by Christian. So other than the first inning, Covenant has put the leadoff runner aboard each time.
Now batting in resolve, John Mitchell.
That'll bring up John Mitchell. Mitchell struck out looking and singled and later scored. Time call. They're going to exchange baseballs. And that one fouled right back into McKinney's mitt. Runner on the move, throw down to second, and McKinney hoses another one. As Christian thrown out trying to steal. Pitch was a ball. Mitchell looks at another ball here with one out. I believe that's the second person McKinney's thrown out here in game 2. Ball fouled out of play. Two-two pitch. Just missed the outside corner as Butler was trying to get the strike out there. Instead, it runs the count full. Ball hit out into left field. Tucker Magetta giving chase. Runs it down for the second out. Brooks DuBose steps in, batting .205. First pitch, breaking ball. Nice pitch there by Butler. Finds the zone. Make it 0-2 after DuBose looks at another strike. A little nubber down first base. It's fair. Bradshaw, great play to stick with that ball and takes it unassisted on the 3 put out. So Covenant gets one hit, but they're erased on the caught stealing, and the Cougars hold the Scots scoreless for the second straight inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th when we come back here on the Averett Sports Network. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Nick Winston at the plate, batting .278, improved his average by 78 points so far today through 2 games. And Winston looks at a ball. Looks at a strike there. That'll even the count. Winston, a guy who wasn't necessarily starting at the beginning of the year, but got a couple opportunities and impressed the coaching staff. Known for his defense more than his bat, but he's definitely come around with his offense, and he's found himself a home in the leadoff spot here for the Cougars for the last couple games. Lays off the 2-1 pitch inside, so 3-1 now. And just gets a piece of that one. And Winston ropes this one into left field. Nothing's going toward the line. That'll drop in for a hit. Winston trying to turn it into a double. It's going to be a close play, and he's in there. Covenant tries to tried to get him from getting there, but good play, good base running there by Winston to go in hard to second. And that'll be another double. His third hit of the day, his second double of the day here in game 2. That'll bring up Ryan Traylor. He's 1 for 2 with a single and flew out to center. Ropes this one. That one will drop in down the line in left field. They're going to send Winston. Covenant will elect to hold Traylor. Ball got away from Easley at second base. Nobody was covering second base. Luckily for Covenant, Gonzalez noticed that and ran over there from first base to at least keep Traylor put. But it will be an RBI single for Ryan Traylor down the left field line. And Cougars pull within 4 for Chase McKinney. Still nobody out. McKinney pops up on the first pitch behind third base. And DeBose calls off Christian. And McKinney will be out for the first out of this frame for the Cougars. So that'll bring up Tanner Bradshaw. First pitch in there for a strike. Oh, 1 pitch in the dirt. Good block there by Alexander. Traylor, decent lead over at first. Ball hit out into center field. Kernodle takes a few steps back now, works his way back in, and he'll make the catch. Traylor has to stay at first base. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Lancaster. Lancaster hit by a pitch and popped up to shortstop to end the 3rd inning. Hit here would maybe get him back over 200 for the season with his batting average. Had a great first game today. And looks at strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch in the dirt. Good job by Alexander to keep it in front of him with the block. Runner on the move, Traylor going. Ball popped up and looks like it will get out of play over the Averett dugout. Cougars going with a hit and run. It worked out well in the first game today. So they'll set back up 1-2 the count. Trailer first, 2 outs. Ewers pitch to Lancaster. In the dirt. Trailer takes off on a delayed steal. Nearly gets underneath the tag, but it will be caught stealing. That'll be it for the Cougars. They trail 6-2 through 5 innings. And welcome back. New pitcher on the mound for the Cougars. It's Cole Spain, the sophomore. He relieves Tyler Butler, who pitched the last couple innings for Averett.
Big inning here by the Cougars as they were able to score in the bottom of the 5th. So I know Fleming elected to go with the lefty here, but Averett really needing to put up here a 0 in the top of the 6th inning.
1-0 count. First pitch was a ball. Second pitch also a ball. That one high. Averett is out hit Covenant here in this game, just like they did in the first game today. Just hasn't translated for runs here in game 2.
See pitching coach T.J. Vericola yelling from the dugout, telling Spain to get his elbow up. That one definitely had some movement on a 2-seamer as it cut back in for a strike.
And another good pitch there from Spain. Finds the zone, runs the count back to 2-2. Spain's a guy who's got some nasty stuff. It's just
you see it right now with his 2-seamer breaking about 6 inches. So as that's close there on 2-2. I know you and I have talked about in the past that he's a guy that's got electric stuff. As if he can just cut down the walks and start pounding the zone. He's a guy that's going to get outs. He did pitch well last Tuesday at Ferrum. Did get tasked with a loss, allowed 3 runs, but did pitch well.
And that one just missed the inside corner, so that will be a leadoff walk. So Covenant again, leadoff runner on base for the. They've had leadoff runner on base every time since the first inning.
Tends to be a recipe for disaster when you're the defensive team.
And bunt shown there by Easley. And the pitch is well outside.
I know Butler the last 2 innings was able to work out of it, get clutch throwouts by McKinney behind the plate. If I had to guess, the Scots are probably not going to be stealing here after McKinney's hosed the last two runners, but did look like easily did turn around to sacrifice there, but probably trying to get a run back here.
And he tries to lay it down, reaches out for that one, probably should have pulled it back. I think it would have been a ball easily. Instead, he fouls off the bunt attempt.
Spain's 1-1 delivery. That's going to be popped up down the first baseline. McKinney gives chase, but that's going to get down. It's going to put 2 strikes on, 1-2 count, as you have to assume now with 2 strikes that the sacrifice bunt's probably going to be off here. I have seen teams square around in this situation, as Scots may elect to try to force Easley to put this one down, but look for Spain, if he does, to pitch inside trying to get a foul ball. Alexander leads off first. 1-2 count here to Easley. And that's going to be a fastball up in the zone. It's going to even the count here at 2-2.
Spain with an interesting look into the plate. That one misses high. Throw down, trying to back pick the runner at first. And Alexander back. But it does run the count full. And this will be a big pitch here for Spain, confidence-wise. And looked like that ball was tailing in, but Easley swings at it and fouls it off.
Good two-seamer there by Easley, as it looked like it was probably going to be a little up in the zone, but Easley bailing out Spain there. Full count offering here from Spain. That's going to be lined back to center field. Winston's going to give chase, lay out, but that's going to get down. Good effort there by Winston in center field, as he thinks he probably could have had that one, but dying off the bat just a little too much. But Covenant's going to have runners on first and second here with nobody out, as that's going to bring up the leadoff hitter here.
Yeah, good effort there by Nick Winston. Just dropped in right in front of him. Good effort, though. But it will be a single, and now 2 runners aboard for the top of the lineup with Kernodle.
Cougars do have Atkins down warming in the pen.
Still no outs. Covenant trying to tack on some runs after Averett has closed the gap to 4. That pitch in there for a strike.
Hits even at 7 apiece now.
Bunt shown by Kernodle. Pulled it back.
Another one of those examples there of Spain's repertoire, as a slider there probably started on the inside part of the plate and broke at least 2 feet off the outside corner. As that ball is going to be high and inside. Going to put the count here at 2-1. Spain looks in, 2-1 count here to Kernodle. Kernodle squares around, but that's going to be off the outside corner, ball 3. As Spain's put himself in a situation here, runners on first and second, 3-1 count.
So Spain tries to get it in there and gets it by Kernodle, who was still squared away, but didn't get a piece of it.
I don't know if he was necessarily looking to bunt there or if he was looking to try to distract Spain a little bit, force a walk. As that's going to be swung on and missed for the first out of the inning.
Good way to battle back there by Cole Spain. That's, if you're head coach Kenny Fleming, that's exactly what you want to see from him in that situation. Gets behind early, fights it off, comes back, gets the strikeout, and a big out number 1 with 2 runners aboard. And Tyler Moore coming to the plate.
Looks like the Cougars are going to opt defensively. They're going to shift trailer way over in the to the left side of the infield. As that first pitch is going to be called a strike at the knees. Good job there by Spain to get ahead in the count. Double play ball here could potentially end the inning. As that's going to be a called strike on the outside corner. Spain finds himself up 0-2. See if he wastes a pitch or if he attacks that outside corner again. And knowing the way he's been throwing on his last 3 or 4 pitches, I would probably try to put this one on the outside corner.
That's where McKinney's set up. Waste pitch a little high. A little higher than I think McKinney was set up for, but does the same job, I suppose. So 1-2 the count. Little chopper up the middle. That'll be a tough play. Tuck gets one at second. Not in time for the play at first. But it will be a fielder's choice and moves the runner over to third base as well.
Good job there, though, by the freshman, as that's a tough hopper up the middle, as managed to field that, stop himself from overrunning second base and get back and managed to get the lead runner there in terms of the double play at second. Runner moved up to third, but not much of a chance to get Moore, who runs well down the first baseline.
So runners on the corners, 2 outs here for Gonzalez. And with Moore at first, I would not be surprised to see him take off, as the Cougars may not like to throw down to second base on a steal attempt, but the way McKinney's throwing, you never know.
McKinney did throw back out Moore, I believe, in the 4th inning. A little bit tougher situation here with a lefty on the mound.
Ball fouled out of play, so Spain quickly ahead, 0-2 is the count to Gonzalez.
Spain does have a high leg kick, but does work quickly to the plate.
The 0-2 pitch coming from Spain. Goes inside with it, just missed the corner. Almost an errant throw back to the pitcher. Spain able to quickly get off the rubber and go over and get it. In the dirt.
Looked like he overthrew that one a little bit.
A little bit of a wind picking up from left to right field. Runner on the move, pitch inside. And that'll make the count full.
Good job there by McKinney, though, electing to try to frame that pitch rather than throw out the runner, as he knew 2 strikes there, that strikeout was going to be a lot more important than trying to throw out the runner.
And a lot easier if he got the call.
A lot easier call, yes.
So payoff pitch, that misses outside. Spain lost the handle on it. And will be a walk to Gonzalez to load the bases here for C.J. Edmond.
Now to play number 14, C.J. Edmond.
Edmond today walked, flew out to left, flew out to right. Good thing is if he flies out here, it doesn't matter because it's 2 outs, no chance of a sacrifice. And Spain high on that one in the zone, so misses for a ball. And that one fouled back to the net. Edmond batting .209.
Big out here needed for the Cougars just so they can keep the Scots off the board here in the top of the 6th.
This ball fouled out of play.
Job by Spain battling back after being down 1-0.
Edmond, a junior out of Alpharetta, Georgia. 1-2 pitch. And a good job by McKinney to get out of his crouch and get that ball and save it from going to the backstop. Bases loaded, nowhere for anybody to go except for home. if you're a runner, that ball misses the zone as well, and full count now. And this is a issue we've seen several times today. Bases loaded.
Gotten up early in counts as the last guy got up 0-2 on, was up 1-2 on Edmond here at the plate, but both batters working it back to a full count as he's going to get the benefit there.
And Edmond did not like that call. He was on his way over to first base. Cannot believe it. But Spain gets the call in the outside corner. And that's a huge, huge play, Joseph.
Not the way you really wanted the sixth inning to go, but still put a 0 up there. Managed to load the bases, but good job there by Spain to battle back and get the third out as a strikeout there in the top of the sixth inning.
Absolutely. You keep the Scots off the board and keep it a 4-run game, and now you give your offense a chance here going to the bottom of the sixth inning.
Especially with the AJ Hart coming up to lead off the inning. Lancaster will be leading off the inning, but Hart is due up.
So the Cougars will see what they can put together in the bottom of the sixth when we come back. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Andrew Lancaster at the plate for the Cougars. He'll face off against Hewer, still out on the mound. Pitched a strong game, 65 pitches, 50 strikes for the Covenant starter. But Andrew Lancaster hits this one down the line, drops in fair on the left field line by just a hair, and he will reach second with a leadoff stand-up double here to start off the sixth inning for the Cougars. That'll bring up A.J. Hart, DH in today after getting the start in left field in Game 1. Hart grounded out to shortstop and then led off the fourth inning with a double, but was left stranded out there after the Scots got 3 consecutive outs to end that inning and nearly wears that one. That pitch in the dirt. Good job by Alexander to block that. 2-0 count. So 2-0. So last pitch fouled away. Hart staring down Hewer. That pitch high. So 3-1 now the count to Hart. Three-one pitch. And Hart swings and misses that one. That'll make the count full. That was about a letter high fastball, and Hart couldn't lay off of it. That's one of those, if you get a hold of, you're going to mash, but sometimes they're hard to get your hands around on it. 3-2 pitch, and Hart goes down swinging for the first out. That'll bring up Tucker Majetic. So Majetic steps in. Breaking ball misses high. One-0 pitch misses high as well. This one roped foul down the third baseline. Starting to get pretty dark here with the fog and getting late in the afternoon. Don't think we can make it an 11-inning game here in Game 2. As Majetic fouls that one off. 2-2 the count. And Majetic gets a hold of that one, but fouls it out of play. It will go beyond the Covenant dugout. So 2-2 still the count. Ball popped up into the grass behind second base and easily will be called off by the right fielder C.J. Edmond for the catch. And now there's 2 outs for Nate Tuck. Tuck 0 for 2 here in Game 2. Tuck steps in, freshman. First pitch, fouled out of play. So he'll step back in. After him, it would be Sawyer Smith due up for the Cougars if they could extend the inning. And a big swing and a miss there on a pitch in the dirt. Lancaster takes off for third. And he's going to be safe. Looked like he was going to be out, but DeBose lost the ball in his glove.
Would have been a bang-bang play down there at third. Looked like Lancaster might have beat the tag, but
it was going to be close
when
he
slid past, it looked like DeBose managed to put the tag on him, but DeBose dropped the ball and allowed Lancaster to hang on to third.
And a swing and a miss there for the third out. So the Cougars strand a runner 90 feet away, and they trail 6-2 through 6 innings. Was that pitch in the dirt? Yep. So you didn't put the ball up on the scoreboard then. So would you say that's a steal or a wild pitch?
That was he took off when the ball was in the dirt. Otherwise, if the ball wasn't in there, he would have advanced.
Yeah. That was swinging, right?
Yeah.
And we go to the top of the 7th inning. It'll be Christian leading things off here for the Scots. They lead Averett 6-2, trying to avoid a sweep here in this 3-game series. Cole Spain still on the mound for the Cougars. First pitch misses high. And a nice pitch there by Spain as Christian swings through it. One pitch finds the corner. One, two, popped up out of play. That one a little bit wide. So that'll even the count at 2-2 here. And he's going to go down looking as Spain gets the strikeout. For out number 1. That'll bring up John Mitchell. Showing bunt, but pulls it back. It will be a ball outside. Showing bunt again. Spain misses the zone. Not sure if Mitchell is trying to bunt or just trying to mess with Spain. And Spain comes back, tries to go inside, but a little high. 3-0 count here to Mitchell. And that one in there does catch the zone for strike 1. And that one wide, so it will be a 1-out walk to John Mitchell. That'll bring up Brooks DeBose.
Setting up to the plate, number 17, Brooks DeBose.
So DeBose steps in. Lefty versus righty matchup. Runner on the move. And curves inside, and that's going to be a steal and a wild pitch. Good base running there by Mitchell. So DeBose now has another runner in scoring position here, with only 1 out. And time call, they're going to wipe off the plate. Does look a little bit dusty. And Spain trying to find the inside corner, misses again. 2-0 the count. Do see some action in the Averett bullpen. as DuBose fouls that one out of play. This one hit. Now one will get through the left side under the glove of a diving Ryan Traylor, and that'll be an RBI single for DuBose.
Number 54, and Alexander. Set those in the board.
So that'll bring up Alexander here. That makes the score 7-2. 8th hit of the day for Covenant. Both Averett and Covenant have 8 hits. And Alexander fouls that one out of play. And a throw over to first. Tanner Bradshaw had to pick that one up on the skip. Throw was a little low. Oh, 1 pitch. This one hit out into left field. Majetic there to make the catch for the out. So 2 outs now for Tommy Easley. Easley 1 for 2 today. Had a single, also was hit by a pitch. Also scored a run back in the 2nd inning. Spain looks in, pitch on the way, and this one hit through the left side. It'll be another single for Easley. I'll move DuBose up to second base, and top of the lineup coming up here for Covenant as Kernodle heads to the box. Hayward coaching staff staying with Spain against the lefty Kernodle for the lefty-lefty matchup here. Spain comes across with a nice pitch there for strike 1. Beautiful curveball there, fooled Kernodle. That was nasty, folks. He was ducking out of the way, and that broke right across the plate. And tries to come back with the same pitch, just a little bit high. And Kernodle goes down swinging for out number 3. Not before Covenant adds another run. They lead 7-2 after 1 run on 2 hits and 2 left on base. It'll be Sawyer Smith due up for the Cougars in the bottom of the 7th when we come back. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Sawyer Smith leads things off here for Averett. Looks at ball 1 from Hewer. Cougars trailing as Smith looks at strike 1. Only down 5. They erased that in 1 inning last game, so a piece of cake here for Averett with a couple more at-bats to go. Smith looks at another strike, so quickly behind 1 and 2. A little chopper to the left side. That's going to be trouble. And Smith easily beats that out.
That's going to be a leadoff hit probably.
Yeah.
Cougars have knocked Hewer around today, but Hewer's managed to, despite giving up a couple of leadoff hits, settle down and get the Cougars to end a couple of innings. As Nick Winston steps in, I believe he's 3 for 3 on the day, back-to-back doubles. As we mentioned earlier, he's seeing beach balls right now.
He is up to 297 on the year, so he's about
almost increased his average by 100 points in a game, or 2 game span.
A hit right here would probably do that for sure, get him over 300, but hits the first pitch out towards left field. That could be trouble. And a good play. Good diving catch out there by the left fielder, John Mitchell, in foul territory for the out. So Winston, a little too
antsy
aggressive
in that one, yeah. But I can't fault them for swinging on first pitch fastball there, as he's had 3 hits off Hewer today. So
when you've got a single and 2 doubles already in this game, I think you have the green light to swing it whatever you'd like. Shows that you are seeing the ball really well. So that'll bring up Ryan Traylor with a runner on first, 1 out. And inside pitch fouled off.
Even then, he almost got new life there. As quite a long run for Mitchell to go as he stumbled a little bit, made it look a little bit harder than it was, but still a pretty long run there.
It was indeed, and he made a great read on that. So 0-1 the count here to Traylor. Lays off that one, but it is a called strike, belt high.
Good pitch there by Hewer, is sitting right here behind home plate. That looked like it was going to be inside, but broke back at the last second to catch Traylor.
Runner on the move, and the hit and run was on, and Traylor fouls it off. We've seen that work a couple times today.
Definitely one of those situations where second baseman cover leaves the right side of the infield wide open, as the Cougars were able to take advantage of that several times back in the opener today's doubleheader.
That ball in the dirt. Traylor lays off. Another one in the dirt. Good block there by Alexander.
Would have been great 2 situations there for Sawyer Smith to have taken off on.
Smith, a lot of speed at first base. He will take off here, and once again, Traylor fouls that one off.
Traylor doing a good job here, hanging tough after being down 0-2. Atkins still warming in the pen for the Cougars. You'd have to guess that he probably will pitch the 8th.
And Traylor swings through that one, and he will go down on strikes for the second out. That'll bring up Chase McKinney.
Stepping up to the plate, number 16, Chase McKinney.
See if the Cougars elect to do a little hit and run action here, sending Smith at first. Does run well, as McKinney's one of those guys that can hit the ball to all parts of the field. as Sawyer does take off, but he's going to be nabbed for the third out of the inning.
Yeah, I think they saw that one coming, and he's going to be out on the caught stealing for the third out. So McKinney will be up next inning. The Cougars still trail 7-2.
Now on the mound is Josh Adkins.
And welcome back. New pitcher on the mound for the Cougars. It's number 21, Josh Adkins. Local product out of Dan River High School. See his second action of the day after pitching in the first game of our doubleheader. Only pitched about 10 pitches, though, so still fresh arm. And the freshman misses on the first pitch to Tyler Moore. Covenant leads Averett 7-2 here in the top of the 8th inning. And a big swing and a miss there by Moore.
Atkins, one of those guys, when he's on, has great movement on his ball. Tough angle to pick up as he pitches. Not quite a full submarine, but definitely a little bit lower than the sidearm.
And that one drops in there for a strike as well. Adkins, another one of these young arms for the Cougars. And Moore fouls that one out of play. They've got a lot of great sophomore and freshman arms here. They can continue to develop them over the next couple of years. It's going to put them in a good spot. Pitching's the name of the game. If you've got a couple good stud pitchers and you can score a few runs, you'll be in good shape. As this one hit over to third base, and it's going to be foul. Not by much, though. Sawyer Smith caught it just on foul territory. That pitch misses wide. This one fouled out of play to the right side. Both teams with 9 hits here in game 2 of our doubleheader.
I'd say the difference in this one has been that Covenant's limited their walks, while Averett's had several out there on the mound, which has led to several runs, as that's going to be flied out to Lancaster in right field.
Yeah, that's definitely been a key to Covenant. I mean, Covenant's actually left more players on base. They've left 9 on compared to Averett's 6. It's just been a matter of the extra guys on base due to walks or an error or hit by pitch. As Gonzalez steps in, looks at strike 1.
You ask a lot of coaches, and the secret to a lot of key no-run innings is that secret to getting the first batter out.
This one hit over to Sawyer Smith at third base. Long throw to first, and in time for the 5-3 putout. Good play there by the junior.
Job by Atkins coming out of the pen, getting 2 quick outs.
On a day where both teams have used a lot of arms, you want to be as efficient as possible. So Edmonds steps in and looks at ball 1. Starting to see some movement down in the Covenant bullpen. That one misses the zone as well, 2-0. Wouldn't be surprised, as efficient as Hewer's been, I wouldn't be surprised to see him finish this one out. But at the same time, after what happened last game, you got to have a couple arms ready just in case.
I know in terms of bullpen, though, that Covenants has struggled a little bit this weekend, so I'm sure the Scots trying to elect to stay with their starter as long as they can.
That pitch fouled off, so 2-2 the count here with 2 outs. And breaking ball misses low. That run the count full. Ball hit out into center field. Winston unable to gather that one. Ball carried on him. And that's going to be a triple.
That would have been a tough play by Winston there, as it's one of those that hits directly over his head. Can't really turn around and run straight back and keep an eye on the ball, but did a good job there getting the ball back in, as that could have potentially been an inside the park home run.
Yeah. Edmund was running pretty well out of the box there, and Winston just couldn't quite get there. Kind of that odd angle kind of curved back over his head at the last second, and even as great as he is defensively, that was a tough play for him to make. And you're right, heads up play to get that ball in as quickly as he could, because even with a 5-run lead, I could see Covenant being very aggressive and sending them if they had an opportunity. 0-1 pitch, fouled out of play here to Christian.
Another big at-bat here for Atkins, as he's looking to get out of this inning when leaving a runner at third base. Is that triple, if he can retire Christian here, that triple will go down as null void.
That pitch misses the zone. 1-2 now the count.
Yeah, I don't know if Mike Trout might have even had that one out in center field, and he's arguably the game's best, so.
That one fouled toward third base. I'll tell you the other thing. You look up at the sky, it is starting to get really foggy here. I don't know if you can tell by the video, but with a pale white sky like that, it might be hard to see that ball. You could lose it in the sky. It's not like those pretty blue skies where you can spot a white baseball.
Of course, here in the 8th inning, baseballs aren't exactly pearls anymore. They're more like a light gray brown, so it makes it even harder to see. Not quite the major leagues here, as we'll use balls left and right.
2-2 pitch. This one hit over to third. That's going to be a tough play for Sawyer Smith. Managed to make the play, and will be an infield single and an RBI. for Christian. Bradshaw couldn't dig it, but it was going to be a tough play for Smith to make.
Number 12, John Mitchell steps up to the plate.
I'll bring up John Mitchell. Good lead over at first base by Christian. We'll see if Adkins pays attention to him. This one hit out to second base. Tuck fields it. He'll throw to first for the force out, but not before Covenant adds another run here. They lead 8-2. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th when we come back. Leading off for the Cougars will be Chase McKinney. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Chase McKinney lead things off here for the Cougars as they trail by 6 runs here. 2 at-bats left. First pitch to McKinney low for ball 1.
Hewer must be approaching close to 100 pitches for the game.
He's at 96 by my count, 70 strikes.
Very efficient with that.
Can't ask for much better efficiency with that.
Close
those
to
types of numbers.
74, 75% strike rate?
However, he is.
As we say that, he gets down 3-0.
3-0 count, yeah.
But I know if you're Covenant, you've got to be happy with what Hewer has done here in Game 3.
And will be a 4-pitch walk here to McKinney. And we might see a change. Definitely going to see a meeting here as Tanner Bradshaw due up here for the Cougars. And Hewer's pitched very efficiently, as we mentioned today.
I mean, if you're Doug Simons, Covenant coach, you've got to be very happy with what.
So far today, that's 7 innings, 9 hits, allowed 2 runs, both earned. He's got 3 strikeouts and 1 walk.
Great outing from the junior right-hander. As getting down 2-0 in the series, can't ask for much better from a junior to go out there and give you a chance to potentially win.
So Hewer's day is in the books, although he is responsible for the runner at first base, but in no way can take the loss in this one. He's still in line for the win. And let's see who we got coming in here to replace him on the mound. It's going to be number 15, Ben Walsh. So Walsh will take over the pitching duties here for the Scots with a runner on, nobody out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Walsh, this is his 5th appearance. He's pitched in 3 1/3 innings. had some mixed success. Doesn't have a record on the year, but has 2 strikeouts and has a 13.5 ERA. So he has been touched for 7 runs, including 5 earned this season, and he has had some 3 walks as well. So Cougars have an opportunity here if they can maybe get a hold of him. Walsh has been susceptible to giving up a few runs. As again, Bradshaw will be the batter with the runner at first.
Now stepping up to the plate, number 28, Tanner Bradshaw.
So Bradshaw will step in. That pitch just missed. That one in the dirt.
Good job there by McKinney to read that right out of his hand, as a lot of guys would go as soon as he hits the dirt, but McKinney basically took off on the break.
Yeah, you got to give a steal on that because he was on the move before it even got to the plate, even though it was in the dirt.
Good job reading the action of that pitch, though.
So 2-0 count here to Bradshaw. Again, uphill battle here for the Cougars, trailing by 6, but you got to feel mentally wise, they feel like they can come back from this with 2 more, this at bat and another at bat to go after what happened last couple of games, winning in walk-off fashion.
I know scoring a run here would go long ways into helping the confidence in that going forward.
3-1 the count after that last pitch. Bradshaw was taking all the way and was right down the middle. And he pops this one up, and it's going to be in play, but foul, right over by the fence. So Walsh works it back to a full count here.
See if Bradshaw can get a little magic going here.
And gets a piece of that one, but it will find its way out of play over the net. Bradshaw, sophomore out of Goochland, Virginia. And the payoff pitch from Walsh. And just gets a piece of that one. So they'll do it again. And this one roped foul down the third base line. Only missed by about a foot from having himself an RBI double.
Scott shifting Bradshaw to pole here.
This one hit down the line in left field. And an amazing catch out there by the left fielder. What a play there by John Mitchell. He stole a double away from Bradshaw.
That definitely would have been extra bases and definitely would have played McKinney from second. So got to tip your cap there to Mitchell as he tipped his cap running back to his position in left field to his pitcher. But got to applaud the effort there.
He's made a couple really good catches out in left field today, Mitchell has.
Made a couple really good grabs in center field in game one. So solid outfielder for the Scots.
That'll bring up Andrew Lancaster. Fouls the first pitch off. Oh, 1 pitch. Missed the outside corner. Evens it up at 1-1. As mentioned earlier, Cougars next play on Tuesday right here at Owen Fulton Field against Bridgewater. That'll be a makeup game after got rained out earlier in the year against Bridgewater. And this one hit. That's going to get through the left side. McKinney had his motion going back to second, so he's going to have to stay put there.
Tough play there by McKinney running as kind of got to anticipate that Christian's going to field that. And if he doesn't, you're still stuck. But if he does, you could be doubled off second. So
at this point, his run doesn't matter anyway, so that's the safest move to make in terms of base running. And now 2 aboard here for A.J. Hart. In that Bridgewater game, that'll be at 3:30 on Tuesday. Be part of a busy day here at Averett's North Campus as that pitch misses for ball. We got baseball. We've got men's lacrosse also doing a rescheduled game that day at 4 p.m.
I believe Sunday we set the clocks ahead too, so we're going to gain an hour.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for reminding me about that tonight. Just what I was looking forward to, losing an hour of sleep, especially with 2 young children.
I got looking at it the other day, wondering why we were going to start at 3:30 and realized that we were really going to be a 2:30 game.
Yeah.
So
So 2-0 the count, and Hart watches that one for strike 1 as it finds the inside corner. Good thing is no home games tomorrow, so maybe try to
gain that hour back.
Get it back somewhere during the day. 2-1 pitch. That one misses inside as well.
I know after 2 early starts these past 2 days, I'm going to like my sleep tomorrow. It's even 10 apiece.
Actually coming in with 11 hits. As Hart looks at another strike. Full count, and Hart fouls that one off.
I think the scoreboard's right down there now. Hart's had several full count at bats today.
He's been battling hard. And he draws the walk here to load the bases for the Cougars here with 1 out. That'll
Pinch
bring
hitter
up-
Dante George coming to the plate.
Yeah, pinch hitter going with Dante George.
Pinch hitting, number 15, Dante George.
George did get the start, I believe, at DH in game 1. I think he went 1 for 3, but did turn in a 2 for 3 performance in the Cougars' last home game, I believe.
Yeah, played well.
Against Eastern Mennonite, I believe he was 2 for 3.
Yeah, played well. Started in right field, ended up finishing the game on the mound. First pitch, a ball. He's only batting 190, but as you mentioned, he's He's found some offense here the last couple of bats he's had.
I believe he's had 3 hits in his last 2 games, so seeing the ball a lot better.
George in his first year at Averett after transferring in. Native of Milford, Delaware. He's worked a 2-0 count. Swings and misses at that one.
I believe his dad works with Coach Fleming's dad with the Rockies.
And fouled right back to us. I think you would have caught that one if it would have not been a net there.
A little rusty now, but I'll still give myself the benefit of the doubt.
So 2-2 count here. Bases loaded for Dante George. And that one just
Great
misses.
take there on the inside corner. As it looked like, from our view, it looked like it grabbed a lot of the plate, but home plate umpire shields that, so really hard to tell.
So full count now here for George. Bases loaded. Nowhere to put him. And pops this one up in center field. Could be a sacrifice fly. And they'll let the run score and hold the runner at second. So George comes away with an RBI as McKinney comes home. Now there are 2 outs.
Now to that, number 36, Nate Tuck.
So that'll bring up Nate Tuck, batting .273.
He's another one of those guys that I think saw his average rise up from 200 to over 300 today. Back down a little bit after in the second game here, but really saw the ball well in Game 3, finishing 3 for 5.
And the score now 8-3. Covenant trying to hold on here in Game 3 of the series. That pitch misses low and inside. If the Cougars can chip away maybe 1 or 2 more runs in this inning, if they can keep it going, it'll put them in a good spot going into the 9th. And just a little half swing.
Cougars are going to have a pinch hitter on deck as number 25, Martin Nikolai, is going to grab a bat. This would be his first at bat of the year, I believe. Has played several innings in the field at second base.
He does have, you're right, he does have 2 games under his belt, but has not come to the plate yet. This one hit out to shortstop, and Christian tosses over to second base for the fielder's choice. But the Cougars do add a run. They get back within 5.
Cougars out of
And that'll be it for them. But we'll go to the 9th, see if the Cougars can hold on, hold Covenant off the scoreboard, and then come back and maybe try to tie it up or win it in walk-off fashion for the 3rd consecutive game. And we go to the top of the 9th inning. Cougars trail Covenant 8-3. And Martin Nikolai is gone over to third base. Dante George stays in to play left field after pinch hitting.
Brooks DeBose leads things off here. Crucial inning here, though, for the Cougars. If they can hold the Scots scoreless, they'll give themselves a chance in the bottom of the 9th inning. As we've seen a 5-run deficit erased once already today.
They've certainly been the cardiac Cougars the last couple days. As that one's fouled off. Little chopper over towards third. Nikolai, it'll be a tough play, but he makes it.
Great job there by Nikolai coming off the benches. That's not an easy play.
No, slow roller or slow chopper down the third baseline.
I know he's a catcher by trait, and so showed off the arm there, but managed to field that hopper cleanly, set his feet, and fired a strike across the diamond to Bradshaw.
Yeah, he's a guy that didn't see much time last year as a freshman, and I don't know, he's just a hard worker and a guy that is going to go out there and give it his all. And sometimes you just need a guy like that to come in and give you a lift.
He's a guy, if you ask Coach Fleming, that has really improved every day since he got here. So I mean, that's going a long ways now as he's started to appear in a couple games as of late.
Nikolai, native of Belgium.
Will get his first plate appearance, start off the 9th.
And this one, chop foul.
Weird how it works, but the ball always tends to find the new guy as soon as they come in.
That one fouled out of play.
I believe that was Nikolai's first putout of the year.
Survey says yes. And that one chopped again. Foul as Alexander stays alive. Nikolai, this is the first time I've seen him at third. He's been at second a couple of times and as a defensive replacement late. A couple games earlier this year, but that one misses inside corner. 1-2 the count here to Alexander. Atkins trying to finish this game off. That pitch misses low.
Good 1-2 offering there by Atkins, though, as Alexander really looked that one over hard.
This one chopped foul over to third base. Tell you, as foggy as it gets, I'm sure Covenant's probably used to this, being up on Lookout Mountain. They're the only team I know of that's had cloud delays for games.
That's an interesting one. I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
I remember, I think it was our softball team, but it might have been baseball. One of those two teams was playing down at Covenant a few years ago and had a cloud delay. 2-2 pitch. And that one fouled once again. I'll have to ask my buddy, the sports information director, Andrew Miniman, at Covenant, how many cloud delays they have a year.
I'm sure he's following pretty closely right now.
That pitch in the dirt, so now full count as Alexander's been fighting off pitches left and right and now works the count back to a full count. And that one misses low, so Alexander's battle pays off for him.
Stepping up to the plate, number 42, Tom Easley.
Even though you give up the walk there as Atkins, you still got to feel pretty good that through two low strikes that got to tip your cap to Alexander, who held off, but still not giving the Scots anything really good to hit. So still an effective at bat there by Atkins.
Absolutely. So Tommy Easley steps in. Easley fouls the first pitch off. 0-1 count. Atkins looks in, pitch on the way, and that's low. The ball 1. Little chopper foul towards third base.
Highly effective two-seamer there by Atkins as that really ran in on the hands of Easley. Cougars bullpen has been effective today, allowing just 2 runs over the last 5 innings.
This one looked like it hit off Easley's foot and goes foul. One-two pitch. This one hit up the middle.
Taylor made the tuck.
Thought he was going to take it himself, but he last second flips it to Trailer and still gets the double play.
Can't ask for a much better setup to a double play on that ball. Good play by Tuck there to shuffle it over to Trailer, who he's known for his arm as he fires a strike.
So we will go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Cougars trail by 5. We'll see if they can erase another 5-run deficit on the day. And we'll have a new pitcher when we come back as well. And welcome back. New pitcher on the mound for the Scots. Looking to close this thing out will be Jonah Kerrigan, a senior out of Coral Springs, Florida. Caught in game 1. And now he's on the pitch here, trying to finish this thing off for the Scots. They lead 8-3 here with Martin Nikolai at the plate. This will be his first plate appearance of the year. First pitch just a bit outside. That one found the backstop.
Scots do have a lefty and a righty warming down in the pen.
So 1-0 count here to Nikolai. Out of Villeroy, Belgium, as we were mentioning in the top half of the inning. Looks at a strike. Ball popped up behind the plate, but will find the top of the press box from the sound of it. I think I might have caught that had it come through.
You might have. Looked like it was a little bit to the right of us, though.
Maybe. Would have hit one of our poor GAs. 1-2 pitch. That one, curveball misses high and inside.
Umbrella's out now as looks like it slightly started to drizzle.
That one fouled off.
When this one started, we didn't know if we'd get it in, but here we are in the bottom of the 9th inning.
I think I brought my raincoat. I hope so.
Good take there. Draw the count full by Nikolai. Good first at bat of the year here.
Yeah, payoff pitch coming. Sophomore fouls it off.
This is what you want if you're Coach Fleming. Guys coming off the bench that are stepping up and making plays.
Absolutely. And that one looked like it might have been outside, but Nikolai fights it off.
Shaking his head after that one as he knows he probably had ball 4. He knows base runners are all important at this point in the game.
They're going to change out baseballs here.
Winston waits on deck. Definitely a guy you want up in the late innings as well now.
Absolutely. After Nikolai, you go back to the top of the lineup. And they get Nikolai swinging there on a nice pitch.
Good at bat there by the sophomore.
Absolutely. And that'll bring up Nick Winston here with 1 out.
I believe that was a 9-pitch at bat.
It was indeed. So Winston steps in. Cougars down by 5, down to 2 outs.
I believe Winston's 3 or 4 on the day. Flew out to left field last time up.
Yeah, it was a foul ball. Little chopper up the middle. This could be trouble. Christian, though, ranges over and the throws it away. That'll be E6.
That's going to allow Winston to move 90 feet back up to second base.
He takes second base. The ball went out of play.
Down to bat number 5, Ryan Traylor.
I think that's going to make it the 9th time today that Nick Winston has reached base between the 2 games, as number 12 has really been a nuisance out there for the Scots.
So Ryan Traylor will step in. Winston at second base.
Traylor does have some pop as he homered down at Huntington.
And that one taken for a ball. Of course, home run does you no good here. Get you closer at least, but unless it's they have a five-run home run.
Never heard of one of those, but
And a great
effort over there by Alex Gonzalez as he nearly pulled that in down the first baseline for the second out.
He hustled. It looked like that ball was going to get out of play or at least get out of reach of anybody, and Gonzalez kept racing after it, slowed up close to the fence, and nearly got it. 1-1 the count. Here to Traylor. That pitch misses inside. Two and one now to Traylor. Kerrigan looks in, pitch on the way. That one in the dirt. Good job by Alexander to stay in front of it. So 3-1 here. Trailer swinging a hot bat. This one hit out to shortstop. Christian, he'll like to go to third. And it's safe.
Good job there by Winston to get around the tag.
Well, I think DeBose thought it was a force play because he didn't apply the tag. He just stepped on the base.
Great heads up, though, by Winston to realize that it wasn't a force as he got out of the way of DeBose.
So it will be a fielder's choice for the batter. And runners on the corners now for Chase McKinney, and the Cougars looking to make things interesting here. Obviously still some work cut out for them, but McKinney steps up. That pitch misses high. That pitch in the dirt. 2-0 now to McKinney. And Kerrigan finds the zone there. Good hard fastball in the inside corner as McKinney was taken.
Small lead over there at first base by Trailer.
And McKinney hacks at that one, fouls it out of play, and that'll run the count to 2-2. Covenant does have an arm warming up in the bullpen. Should Kerrigan run into some more trouble?
So they've got two arms, a righty and a lefty.
That's true. Double barrel action out there.
Looks like number 24, Ross Skipper, warming up in the pen.
And McKinney goes down looking. Thought the breaking ball was outside, but it's going to be a called strike 3. And that puts the Cougars' backs up against the wall here with 2 outs for Tanner Bradshaw. So Bradshaw steps in. Breaking ball misses inside. That one finds the corner, though. I've always felt anytime you get down to that last out, it just feels like a lot to overcome. But the Averett softball team the other day against Lynchburg scored 4 runs with 2 outs, all with 2 outs. So you can get it done. Bradshaw swing and a miss there. The ball gets away. That will score a run and get a little closer as Winston comes home. Trailer moves out to second on the wild pitch strike. This one hit into center field. They're going to hold the whole Trailer up.
I want to make the last out at home there.
Especially when it doesn't matter. It's not the tying or go-ahead run, so you're going to need some more hits anyway. Might as well wait on it. So that'll bring up Andrew Lancaster. As the score now 8-4. Tying run out on deck. The Cougars can keep this thing going. Lancaster looks at a hot fastball right about belt high for strike 1.
Looks like Cody Jones, number 41, is going to grab a bat. He'll pinch hit if Lancaster can reach here with 2 outs.
Hart would be due up, so that would be his spot in the lineup.
Like Coach Fleming electing to get a little bit more power in the lineup.
That one misses for a ball, so 1-1 the count. This one hit out to shortstop. Christian fields it, throws to first base, brings the first baseman off the line, but Gonzalez makes the tag, and that'll be it. And Covenant manages to hold on here for Game 3, but Averett takes the series 2-1 on a pair of walk-off wins in the first 2 games. So the two teams split the doubleheader today.
I know if you're Coach Fleming, you got to be really happy about this after dropping 2 series back-to-back to Huntington and Methodist, that you come back and take a big series here from Covenant at home.
Absolutely. I mean, Cougars just looking for some positives here after a tough start. I mean, they had a tough schedule to begin with, and a couple games they felt like they should have been in. And
I know this one you erased those 2 rough first 3 innings, and we got a completely different ball game. So nothing to hang your head about if you're the Cougars here in Game 3, as Hewer for the Scots pitched a will of a game. So got to tip your cap to them.
Absolutely. Hewer improves to 3-0 on the season.
I believe that's going to send Lamantia to 0-2.
He does fall to 0-2, so that'll be it for everybody here in the press box.
A lot quicker to 3 9-inning game than the second one.
So this one started around 3 o'clock. So not quite the 4-hour marathon we had in the first game that went 11 innings. Well, that's it for us here in the press box. Thanks for tuning in to today's games. And be sure to follow us on social media at Averett U Cougars. Also, be sure to check out averettcougars.com for all of the latest news and stats from today's games. For Joseph Swanson, I'm Drew Wilson. We'll catch you next time, and as always, go Cougars.
This has been a production of the Averett Sports Network.